Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to be having a look at Alien Storm. Alien Storm is a similar game to Streets of Rage, Altered Beast, Final Fight. It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up. However, unlike most side-scrolling beat-em-ups, if not all side-scrolling beat-em-ups, this has a little extra at the end of every stage. 3 characters to choose from: a man, a woman and a robot. I'm always the robot and always have been ever since the arcade original. However, just so you know, this does differ from the arcade version. I personally think the arcade version is a better game, especially because it's 3 players and not 2, but it's still a good game nonetheless. Basic play, you obviously, as you can see here, I'm getting attacked by a bunch of aliens and I have to kill the aliens. You've got your attack button, you've got your roll button, which allows you to roll back and forth, and you can also hit the roll button and then your attack button to do a leaping attack, and your special button, which uses energy. Not life energy, energy. That's what those little canisters there refill. If you notice at the bottom of the screen, I've got a blue life bar and an orange energy bar, and the energy is how you do your attacks. So don't just run around like a madman attacking constantly, because you slowly deplete it. Although in this mode it very is a slower process. In the shooter modes, which I mentioned earlier on, you use your energy a lot more for your standard attacks, because you're actually using a blaster rather than a whip if you're the robot. But the other characters use blasters, to be fair, anyway. As I've shown there, the special attack, basically what that does is each one differs. I am a robot, so I kill myself. It doesn't take any energy or any life though, which is good. It just takes plasma type energy, which, as I say, you can get refilled. So you can't do that all the time, and it's not wise to use it all the time, because, as I say, coming up to the first shooter section here, right after I kill these, it will actually start draining my energy using my weapon. So be wary of that. It's one of those things where you really have to use it wisely. Here we go. Here's the first shooter section. There are 2 different types. This is a first-person style shooter section, and you're on rails. You don't have to worry about moving. It constantly moves you. You just move your target. You have to basically shoot, as you can see here, all the objects to find energy and health, and shoot all the enemies. Once you've shot all the enemies, the section will end and you'll go on to the next stage. However, there are also shoot-em-up style shooting sections where you, well, as I say, it's like a shoot-em-up. You walk around, you go left or right, you can move up and down freely, and every now and then, well, once there is a boss at the end, really. So there's quite a lot of variety going here. As you go on, these stages do get harder with more enemies and more variety of enemies. Overall, there are 8 stages, although on this, as you can see, they're called missions. And the missions get a little bit larger than the one I've just done there, but the game isn't exactly the hugest. It's more like, well, it's more like Streets of Rage completions time, but maybe a little shorter, somewhere in between the likes of Altered Beast and Streets of Rage to beat. But it's a good game, and I think personally, if you buy it, while you'll admit it's nowhere near as good as the likes of Streets of Rage, it's still a fun game, and you'll end up beating it a couple times. So I think it is worth 800 points, especially if you grab a friend. The co-op on this is pretty good, and it is real co-op because you share lives and continues. However, on this you don't actually get continues. You just get 4 lives between us. And if you're 1 player, then you just get those 4 lives all to yourself. So it depends on what you want to do. There is also a duel mode where you can go on and face a few enemies at a time, and it's basically a bit like a survival mode where you have to fight a couple enemies here, and then you advance and fight a couple more enemies, a couple different type enemies. So that's something that adds a little bit more lifespan. It's also on Golden Axe, and I quite enjoy doing it on Golden Axe. As you can see there, killed them 2, go on to the next one. So it lasts a few rounds. You do tend to fight all the enemies, and as I say, it's just a little extra that adds a small bit of lifespan. So that's something pretty cool. One of the other cool things is you can actually go onto a versus mode where you can both be the same character if you want to. So if you've got a favourite, then that's pretty cool. You don't get to do your special attack obviously, but you can just run around hitting each other. So if your friend's just got you killed or something and you want a bit of vengeance, you can just run around there. So that's a pretty cool feature. Very quickly here, showing you the other characters before the end of the review. This is the man. As you can see, he's got an electric gun there. He's still got the roll and everything like that. All of them have got the roll and the dive. You can dash with all the characters. I forgot to mention that when I was the robot, so I'll just show you here. You can dash and you can do a running attack, which is pretty cool. His special is a gunship flies in and shoots everything up, which is pretty good. Your friends can join in at any time, which as you'll see here, I've just pushed start there. And now here's the woman. The woman special, while it is quite powerful like all the specials, it's not as powerful as you'd think a nuclear missile would be. She's got a flamethrower though, all the standard attacks again. As I say, the game's not winning any awards. It's nowhere near as good as the likes of Streets of Rage, but if you like these types of games, I think 800 points is worth it. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.